So for the D20 course system, we really looked at the 6 stat and 18 skills thing and just went, we can't keep this going. I know it's been popularized into media from movies to books to video games, but we literally have video game car games that have more stats than adventurers do. Let's not even go off with the fact of how wisdom and dexterity typically have the most stuff to them. So I have the character profile, at least version 1. We're at version 2 now with a lot of updates, but this is going to work well enough till I can get some printed out for this. So I'll just start off with saying we have 12 stats and they each have 3 properties. So let me explain the relationship between these. So let's say you have a 5 in strength. Well, you're going to have 3 properties. So these 3 properties are going to take that 5 points into your stat. And you can put a minimum of 1. You have to have 1 in each one of these. But you can put a max of 3. Now, we're going to say that if this rounds to a 2.5 or a 3.5, just jack it up to the next level. So in this case, with 5, we're going to say your max is a 3. So you'd be able to put 3 points in one of those properties and 1 point in the other 2, creating your 5. Now in our system, compared to 5e, our stats are our saving throws, where our properties are going to be our regular stat checks. So to go through the list of them, we have Arcana, Awareness, Charisma, Constitution, Dexterity, Intelligence, Mysticism, Power, Reaction, Strength, Wit, and Wisdom. So I know already that 6 of these are very well understood, but let's go through what they and the rest of them are. Arcana is our main stat for magic. We wanted to actually have a stat instead of it being Charisma or Intelligence or Wisdom. Never was a good idea. Awareness. We've actually made Awareness an actual stat. This goes into weapons usage like bows, guns, crossbows, throwing weapons, as well as it's where your passive perception and all your skills that deal with like observation is what we called it. Mysticism. Mysticism is to psionics what Arcana is to magic. It's as simple as that. Power. I got tired of everything just being heavy or light armor. I'm a big video game fan, so having light, medium, and heavy was a big deal for me. As a martial artist of over 2 decades, it's not just dexterity or strength. Power is a very important thing as well. So we wanted to actually utilize that. This is where the properties of athletics, unarmed, and your grappling/wrestling comes from. And wit. Wit was a stat that we felt was necessary, where intelligence is your ability to figure out or express information. Wisdom is the knowledge that you have gained. Wit is the quick part of your mind. Like, you understand someone that's witty is because you say something and they come back with a joke real quick. That's witty. It's quick thinking. This is where, you have resolve, your ability to stand up against like a fear check, hide that you're lying, stuff like that. This is also where improvising comes from, as well as intuition, because that's the part of your brain that does it. It's not the intelligence part, and it's not the wisdom part. So we wanted to separate this, and this actually allowed us to create subsystems for your knowledge. Like, we have a whole section for knowledge skills. We got 10 different knowledge skills. Now, the properties, each and every single one of them has 3, but for instance, we have passive perception, we have vitality bonus, we have your initiative bonus, your evasion bonus for your dodge rating, as well as carrying capacity. All of these are properties that don't actually involve with the training level system, but their points do matter for various components. Like for evasion, your dodge rating is 10 plus evasion. Your initiative is a D20 plus your initiative thing. And just for instance, we actually recommend that you either roll initiative at the very beginning of your dungeon or at the beginning of the session. That way, no matter when initiative comes up, it's already decided. But just having it be arbitrarily decided by the group or going in a circle one direction or the other just kind of seemed like it's just going to create static initiative instead of an evolving one that changes depending on the situation. So when we added all these extra stats in, we saw solutions. No longer is dexterity and wisdom holding a mass majority of everything. It's actually split out pretty well, and every single stat is either important because of its combative usages, its combat, based things like the initiative and dodge rating, or it's got a selection of skills that are reliant on it. So this made the value of every stat important depending on your build. Like obviously if you're a martial, you're not using mysticism or arcana, but you might end up using strength and dex, or strength and power, or power and dex. It really depends on what your build is, and we made a system that really incorporated that variety of you being able to choose what actually fits your build better. We thought this was a lot better of an idea, and you might be thinking right now, wow, 12 stats and 36 properties? That's way too much. And over a year of playtesting, the only thing we have heard is that it seems like a lot, but when you actually start using it, it's a lot less than you think, but it actually gives value and credit to every possible option. We have not been able to find a build that you cannot make with this, or that seems weird that these two things share this specific stat grouping or anything like that. And what I mean by stat grouping is like a series of like 2 or 3 stats, maybe 4, that are important. If 2 things share it, they're sharing it for pretty similar reasons. All in all, pretty soon we're going to have the actual character profile for y'all to be able to check out. Right now, it's got free access within the Gilded. Go ahead and reach out to me in the comments below if you can't find access into the Gilded, and I will help you locate it. Till next time, catch you later.